Old beliefs die hard, especially when their speedy demise is a consummation devoutly to be wished. If the Island-Magee case was the last instance of judicial condemnation of witchcraft as an offence against the laws of the realm, it was very far indeed from being the last occasion on which a witch and her doings formed the centre of attraction in an Irish law court. The town of Carrigfergus became the scene of action when the celebrated Carnmoney witch, Mary Butters, was put forward for trial at the Spring Assizes in March 1808. It is an instance of black magic versus white, if we may dignify the affair with the title of magic, though it should be borne in mind that in the persecution of witches, many women were put to death on the latter charge, albeit they were really benefactors of the human race, the more so as their skill in simples and knowledge of the medicinal virtue of herbs must have added in no small degree to the resources of our present pharmacopoeia. The following account of this is taken from the Belfast newsletter for 21st August 1807, as well as from some notes in Young's Historical Notices of Old Belfast. One Tuesday night, evidently in August 1807, an extraordinary affair took place in the house of a tailor named Alexander Montgomery, who lived hard by Carnmoney meeting house. The tailor had a cow, which continued to give milk as usual, but of late no butter could be produced from it. An opinion was unfortunately instilled into the mind of Montgomery's wife that whenever such a thing occurred, it was occasioned by the cow having been bewitched. Her belief in this was strengthened by the fact that every old woman in the parish was able to relate some story, illustrative of what she had seen or heard of in times gone by with respect to the same. At length the family were informed of a woman named Mary Butters, who resided at Carrigfergus. They went to her and brought her to the house for the purpose of curing the cow. About 10 o'clock that night, war was declared against the unknown magicians. Mary Butters ordered old Montgomery and a young man named Carnmoney to go out to the cow house, turn their waistcoats inside out, and in that dress to stand by the head of the cow until she sent for them, while the wife, the son, and an old woman named Margaret Lee remained in the house with her. Montgomery and his ally kept their lonely vigil until daybreak, when, becoming alarmed at receiving no summons, they left their post and knocked at the door, but obtained no response. They then looked through the kitchen window, and to their horror saw the 4 inmates stretched on the floor as dead. They immediately burst in the door and found that the wife and son were actually dead, and the sorceress and Margaret Lee nearly so. The latter soon afterwards expired. Mary Butters was thrown out on a dung heap, and a restorative administered to her in the shape of a few hearty kicks, which had the desired effect. The house had a sulphurous smell, and on the fire was a large pot in which were milk, needles, pins, and crooked nails. At the inquest held at Carnmoney on the 19th of August, the jurors stated that the 3 victims had come by their deaths from suffocation, owing to Mary Butters having made use of some noxious ingredients, after the manner of a charm, to recover a sick cow. She was brought up at the Assizes, but was discharged by proclamation.